coffee. You got a bub. Okay, here we go. Let's see how this works. Let's see if it does it. Bingo. Bingo bango. I had a dog and his name was Bingo. All right, here we go. In 3, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Shit, am I rolling? Yes, I am rolling on audio, rolling on video too. Yeah, all right, here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Hey, what's up? It's DeHuff. It's another episode of DeHuff Uncensored. Thank you guys so much for joining the podcast. I truly appreciate it. Don't forget, real quick, hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening. Also, if you're able, go ahead, give it a wonderful review if you're able. That'd be fantastic. Don't forget, today's podcast is presented to you by Superbook Sports Colorado, Total Beverage in Westminster and Thornton, as well as Blake Street Tavern. A lot of great headlines to get to today. Can't wait to get into that. I do want to catch you up. Tonight, we're doing something that the family's never done. We're going to a winter formal at the kids' school. Should be fun, I guess, although I was a little disappointed. We bought the tickets, the kids are excited, and I'm like, well, my wife bought me a sport coat not too long ago. I say that. She went with me to pick it out because otherwise I don't buy that type of shit. Anyway, so I'm kind of excited to dress up a little bit, and it'll be fun to see the kids have some fun. But then I read the fine print. They're only serving punch and cookies. What the fuck? What, no sandwiches? What are we, animals? Really? Come on, people. I go to a winter formal. I expect, ham and cheese at the very least. Okay? Okay? On some nice deli rolls. Oh, come on. Not like I'm asking for sushi or steak, although that would be great. Put a little effort into this relationship. Okay, school? What? No, that's expensive. Fuck. You paying the Huff? No. No, I'm not. Because I know that's exactly what they would say. They're like, go ahead, pay for everybody. You know what? I'll pass. I'll pass on that one. Thanks for thinking of me, though. It should be fun. The kids are excited. I can't wait for that. It sucks though. We're doing that tonight. It should be fun. But then the rest of the weekend and then into next week is going to be freaking cold as shit here in Colorado. I say cold as shit, but I know whenever I complain about how cold it is here, people in the Midwest and Canada will send me messages, be like, hey, listen, man, it's not that cold, eh? It's negative 30 here in Canada. Oh boy, all right. Sorry about that. I'm like, hey, listen, I get it. It's freaking cold up in Canada. I get it. It's colder than here, but we're not used to it being like in the negatives here in Colorado. Not in the Denver metro area. Maybe in the mountains, yes. But we're not full on used to it. The majority of the time, Colorado is one of the most beautiful places in the planet. On the planet, excuse me. So, back off, Canada, right? I'm pointing at you, Canada. Alberta. Ooh, what's my name? My name's Alberta. Oh, sorry about that, eh? I don't know what that means, but you know what? Back off. Back off, Canada. Oh, it's cold out here, eh? By the way, I had somebody say, gosh, I don't have it pulled up. Somebody's like, we need to have Penis DeHuff and Connery DeHuff have a conversation. So at some point in the near future, those two will have an interaction. I'm just going to drop it on you. Why? Because that's the best way to do it. Just blindside you with Connery meeting Penis DeHuff, having a good old conversation. Who knows what they'll talk about? I have an idea, but I don't know. You know what we need to do? Let's get away from this. Let's jump into some headlines. Casa Bonita is hiring over 550 new employees, including cliff divers, which is fantastic. And it's really kind of given us an update on how Casa Bonita is opening just right around the corner. They didn't give a specific date, but it is in the month of May, so that will be exciting. And if you don't know, the guys from South Park, Matt Stone, Trey Parker, purchased this iconic restaurant here in Colorado called Casa Bonita. They've featured it several times on the show South Park, and a lot of people didn't realize it was a real place. But the problem is, Casa Bonita was just a complete shithole as far as it was a great place to go because it was an iconic place, right? But the food was terrible, with the exception of sopapillas. The atmosphere was just trashed because there's paint chipping, the carpet was a mess, the speakers on the entertainment, because they did live entertainment every single night, cliff divers, stuff like that. Those were all like the speakers were just that's what you would hear. You'd be like, "What's happening? Black Bart? What? I don't know." So I'm excited, but it is neat to see that they're hiring all these employees because that tells you now they're getting into the point where they got to hire, now they got to train. And as far as the cliff divers, that's one of the positions that's being hired, as well as other actors. You got a dry actor and a wet actor, I believe it is what they're saying on their website. So if you're interested in going to work for Casa Bonita, I mean, even if it's for a summer or something like that, that'd be kind of a neat experience, especially because these guys from South Park are not going to want to fail. They have so much riding on this, and there is so much pressure on them to be successful with this that this is going to be epic. And I cannot wait. I'm trying to see if there's a way I can weasel my way in there prior to them opening and see if I can get a sneak peek. Maybe Kip Wilson and I from Stoned at Petite can go in there and check things out. I know they got a legit chef in there, which is awesome. So it's going to be legit food and it's going to be a legit atmosphere. I just can't wait to see what they do. But it would just be funny, like, because I'm reading the description on what it takes to be a cliff diver, and obviously you have to have diving experience. But could you imagine some dumbass? Somebody's going to do that. I could totally see somebody go to be funny and trying to document this and be like, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to say I'm a fantastic diver, but then I'm just going to do a belly flop just for the video, for the clicks. And it would piss me off if that happened because I want to do that. Like, this is Scott the Huff. He's going to show us what he's got. Scott, can you do a triple axle bilateral flip into the water? Sure. Why not? I'll do it. All right, you guys ready? Everybody roll it? Roll it? Yeah, well, here we go. And then I just jump up and then I'm like, ah! Splat. I think he's dead. He might be dead. No, he's twitching. He might still be dead. It would be neat. But that being said, I really can't wait. I know there's just so much energy wrapped up around this because we all knew growing up here in Colorado that there was so much potential with Casa Bonita. It just wasn't being met. So it seems like Matt Stone and Trey Parker are just, they're in deep with this. They're deep in bed with this, and they're going to go full penetration, okay? That's what they do, okay? That's what they do. They're going to go balls deep on this, and it's going to be amazing, and they're going to knock it out of the park. And I think I can speak for just about everyone in Colorado when you're like, this is exciting. This is exciting, because what are they going to do? And there's going to be a South Park twist or theme in some fashion involved in there. It might be it might not be the dominant theme there, but you got to imagine that there's some sort of presence when it comes to South Park, which will be nice. So look forward to that. Again, if you're interested in possibly getting a job with Casa Bonita, go check them out at their website. Just Google search Casa Bonita, and I'm sure you can get an interview. I mean, 550 plus employees. That goes for servers. You got part-time servers, you got full-time, you got managers, you got so much going on. You got people working in the arcades, you got actors doing different things. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is all laid out. Planters, speaking of if you're looking for a gig, Planters, Planters Peanuts, they're looking for their next fleet of college graduates to drive Mr. Peanut across the country in their iconic Nutmobile. I didn't know this was a thing. I don't know how long the Nutmobile's been a thing. I know there's the Wienermobile for Oscar Mayer. Never heard of the Nutmobile. Although I would love to have the Nutmobile. As a single guy, be like, hey, what's up? Want to get in my Nutmobile? You're an asshole. No, it's a real car. Like, why are you driving around a peanut? It's kind of weird. They're looking for 3 peanutters, is what they call them, to drive the 26-foot long peanut that's on wheels. And you be driving around the country, and it's a full-time position. You get obviously paid for it. It's a 1-year job opportunity from June of this year, 2023, through June of 2024. I go back to the Wienermobile. If you're single, why not? Why not do that? That would be exciting. This is what Rob on Facebook wrote. If it were being driven by someone in law enforcement, would it be copping a nut? Yes. Christine on Facebook wrote, do the nut puns have to be PC? Because if not, I'm perfect for this gig. I wrote the non-PC nut puns are the best kind. Okay. And then she said, all right, I'm in. I think that would be a cool gig. When you're young like that, you have nothing really tying you down. You don't have a job really. Why not do something different and get in a giant peanut and drive around the country, see the different parts of the country, see different people? It would be a neat thing to do. I would totally do it if I was young and not in a relationship, because you can't do this if you're in a relationship. Honestly, your relationship's done. So if you're single, need a job, you just graduated from college, why not do that? Let me know if you become somebody that drives the Nutmobile. Because I would imagine by the end of your time in the Nutmobile, you will have amazing, like just a dictionary of nut jokes. It'd be fantastic. What if there was two Nutmobiles, and then the Wienermobile was leading the way? That would be fantastic. Or if it's just the Wienermobile with this behind it, the Nutmobile behind it, and then that would be the Lance Armstrong formation. You're welcome. You're welcome for that one. Hey, we got more coming your way. But first, the final drive for the championship is here, and there's no better place to wager on the football title tilt than Superbook Sports. Superbook features the best menu of prop bets in the business. Plus, check out their special odds boosts and promotions at superbook.com. With over 3 decades of odds-making experience in Las Vegas, there's no better place to wager than Superbook Sports. So you can win some money as one lucky team wins the championship. So download the Superbook Sports Colorado app right now. Visit superbook.com for terms and conditions. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-522-4700. Oh, that's funny. I just think it's funny that like you could be driving it kind of looks like a nutsack. Let's just be honest. Kind of does. It's veiny. Anyway. Odd but true facts, and I had to look these up just to verify it, and sure as shit. To help sex workers get more business during the 16th century, officials in Venice designated a bridge where women could stand and display their breasts. Sounds like an amazing place. The bridge still stands to this day, and it's called, I'm going to screw up this because it's Venice. Ponte delle Tette. I'm sure that's spot on. And it translates to the Bridge of Tits. That sounds amazing. That's where I met your mother. Are you, what? Are you saying she's a sex worker? That's right. I am. Didn't know I needed to clear that one up. This man, excuse me, Jesus, I'm stupid. The man who wrote the preamble to the U.S. Constitution died due to an infection after he inserted a whalebone into his urethra. And I was like, no way that's fucking true. And why don't we know more about this? Because that's phenomenal. Why? Again, apparently people have been sticking stuff up their urethras for centuries. We always talk about that shit on this podcast. It's like, why are you guys sticking stuff? There's people sticking up USB cords up there. You got that one guy that I'll never forget. It's just, he was expanding foam up his urethra because he wanted to get her, keep his erection. It's like, oh my God, you guys are stupid. But anyway, this guy did it back in the day because why? Why did he stick a whalebone up his urethra? Well, the best answer is he was suffering from from crippling gout throughout the fall of 1816. And the pain grew even worse and worse when he began to experience a urinary tract blockage from so he then attempted to clear the obstruction by using a piece of whalebone as a catheter. The unsuccessful procedure led to further internal injuries and infection. He then passed away in November of 1816 in the same room as which he was born 64 years earlier. What a shitty way to die. How'd he die? Well, he stuck a whalebone up his pee hole. Oh. Okay, all right. I see that. You know what's funny is championship. I was just saying this in the commercial. The championship weekend is here, and it's exciting. It's going to be really cold here in Colorado, so we're going to be chilling at the house, watching football, playing board games with the kids, eating pizza or nachos, or just basically we don't want to go outside when it's fucking cold and snowy. So why not just chill and have a good old time? So I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to do like a Mario Kart tournament, which will be fun with the kids. And because we have a Switch, a Nintendo Switch, and oh, I just love playing Mario Kart. So that's going to be fun. But that being said, looking at the predictions for the championship weekend, as you got the 49ers at the Eagles, you got Bengals at the Chiefs. Listen, I first instinct, what I would love to see in the Super Bowl will be Eagles and Bengals. That's what I would like to see. Jalen Hurts versus Joe Burrow. Yes, that would be a fantastic game. I would love to see that one because I don't know how that one's going to play out. But I don't see the 49ers beating the Eagles. I don't. And a long time ago, I predicted that the Eagles would be in the Super Bowl. Now, I also said that the Eagles would be taking on the Bills. That didn't happen. But Bengals at the Chiefs. That's a hard place to win. Arrowhead is a legit place to play. It's so freaking loud. And Chiefs fans, they're they're legit, man. They're not going to calm down for the entire game until the final whistle blows. So that's going to be a tough battle. I could see the Chiefs squeaking out a win in this one, but I'm going to go with my heart and my first instinct, and I'm going to say Eagles and Bengals in the Super Bowl. I hope I'm right, but shit, you just never know. Also, don't be surprised if all of a sudden by the time I hit stop on this podcast that the Denver Broncos finally pick their new head coach. It'll be interesting to see if they decide to go with another first-year head coach. That's going to disappoint me. It's going to disappoint me until the first-year head coach has a successful season. Then I'll be like, yeah, it was a good choice. It was a good choice. That's what everybody's going to be saying. So no matter who becomes the next head coach of the Denver Broncos, you're going to get two sides to the story. You're going to get people, if it's a rookie head coach, you're going to get people upset, kind of like me, and they're like, well, we're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting to get different results. Well, yeah, that's what they're banking on. They're gambling on the idea of we're going to finally get the right first year head coach. Because if you get the right first year head coach and they're good, guess what? Guess what? You got that coach for the long haul, and you got a very bright future ahead of us. But that being said, if it fails, and then it's like, how long do you hold on to a failing head coach? That's what's going to be interesting to see. So we'll see. But there's still no guarantees if the Broncos somehow get Sean Payton in here that he's going to be successful. You just don't know. Plus, he's really digging TV. So I'm not fully thinking that it's going to happen. I don't know. I saw some people going, I'm still not convinced that McMahon is going to McMahon. What the hell? Oh my God. I can't even think right now. You know what I'm saying. Jim Harbaugh, Jim McMahon. There's still people not fully convinced that, well, now I'm going to do it again, that Jim Harbaugh isn't fully done with being an option for the Broncos. So who knows? Who really knows? It's going to be interesting. Like I said, as soon as I hit stop on this, I guarantee you it's going to be popping up because they got to make the decision sooner rather than later. And ideally, you make that before the Super Bowl. So I would imagine that we might hear it today, but who knows how that goes. And either way, people are going to be pissed and people are going to be excited. So let me know where you stand on the decision. DeHuffUncensored@gmail.com. If you have anything else you want to contribute to the podcast, please do so. DeHuffUncensored@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on my socials at DeHuff Podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining the podcast. Stay warm this weekend. It's going to be kind of crummy around here. Maybe where you're at, maybe you live somewhere else. I know I got a lot of people that listen to me in Texas. Stay warm, you dicks. We'll be freezing our nuts off here in Colorado. Okay? Jeez. By the way, I see now that Sasquatch or Bigfoot story is making its rounds internationally now for that satellite image that looks like potentially a Bigfoot, or it's just a mud puddle. Who freaking knows? Either way, it's making the international round, so it's kind of interesting. We talked about that just a few episodes ago, so let me know if you have any thoughts on that, and we can follow up next week. DeHuffUncensored@gmail.com. Hey, thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Share it with your friends. Thanks so much to Superbook Sports Colorado, Blake Street Tavern. They're at 23rd and Blake in downtown Denver. Hey, watch championship weekend over at Blake Street Tavern. That's a place to go. Or if you want to stay in, just go to Total Beverage in Westminster and Thornton and load up on some booze and have a good old time. Either way, you're going to have a great time if you either hit up Blake Street Tavern or if you hit up Total Beverage in Westminster in Thornton. It's DeHuff Uncensored. Let's keep moving forward. Hopefully you smiled a little bit in this episode. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's keep moving forward. I'll talk to you next time. Okay. Okay. Boo-hoo-hoo. Peace, bitches.